Um. All right, let's start it. What time is it? 6:23. All right, 6:23. All right, so let's do a free for all podcast. Okay, we're gonna let everybody in the chat ask whatever they want to ask, but within terms of service. Give me 1 second.
Hey, TK, what you say your highest BR was on Russia?
On Russia?
Yeah, I know we were playing that last time.
2-3.
I skipped school during winter. Didn't want my parents to find out, so I spent the day in some sea container converted to a hanging spot for youth. Grabbed me some newspaper to try and light a fire. Turned out the plant pot I had lit it in was plastic. Filter melted and set the whole place on fire. Holy crap, Pence. That is literally arson almost. Holy crap. That's accidentally breaking the
Pretty
law.
sure that is arson.
That's accidentally breaking the law, though. Okay, that's accidentally breaking the law. He didn't know. He was a kid. He didn't try to. It wasn't like he was like
Yeah.
playing with fucking fire ants and just took a lighter and went up to the anthill and lit up the anthill with gasoline. You know, like
Mm. Good times.
all right. So at 6:25, 15. All right, so right at 6:25, we'll start the podcast. So in 10 seconds, everybody think of questions to ask. To ask the chat. We're gonna do a free for all podcast, so that means anybody can think of anything as long as it's within terms of service. Next 30 minutes or so, chat it up, hang out a little bit, right? So we got to try to be as family friendly as we can on this podcast. I mean, you can cuss a little bit, but just try to stay away from the f bombs. Um. So we're gonna start off like this. I'm gonna ask a generic question, and then I want you guys to follow up with your own questions to us, the podcasters in chat. Today, I'm accompanied by Azteca and TK.
Yo, yo.
If you have any game that you could play for the rest of your life, what game would it be and why?
That's a hard one.
You can only play one game for the rest of your life. Okay. What would it be?
Crash
That's a
Bandicoot.
difficult one because
Crash
there's.
Bandicoot, the first one.
Crash Bandicoot? It's
Yep.
the only game you can fire up anytime. You'd have to play it every time.
Yeah, it was my first game. I'll be glad to make it my last game.
All right. Respect. It's a good answer. What about you, TK?
Shoot. That's difficult because there's so many great games.
Doesn't matter how
But
great the game. It's the game that you'd play forever. That can
oh,
always
I
have
know that.
constant playback value.
I always have playback value with every game, but there's a fun party game on the original Xbox called Fusion Frenzy. And it
Oh,
was like
Fusion Frenzy. That was
great.
good. Great game.
Yeah.
Great game. Yeah, but that's if it had players. It doesn't have players now, so it's not fun. When it had players, it was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. Because I actually re-downloaded it on Xbox Live, Game Pass.
Yeah, because it's free right now.
Yeah.
It's still free.
Yep. I would have to pick Call of Duty just because I know that it would still have updates forever and ever. There would still be a player base on it, and there's just the fact that even though I rage at the game, there at least be I could at least play that game forever and not put the controller down. You know, if I wanted to.
Yeah,
COD, yeah.
yeah. Call of
COD.
Duty be over. Call of Duty be over. Not over like finished, but you know what I mean.
What about you, Dot, Pence? Anybody in chat? Y'all ain't thought of no questions yet. Y'all gotta get some questions in you now. I'd asked the first one to the podcasters, and Trissa was the only one that said COD, so she gave the same answer as me. There's no other games in chat that anybody would play for the rest of their lives if they had to. It's the only game that you could play. Restarting this game, War Thunder is hard. I lost 5K hours in it on an old account. Rust would be that game for you? Rust? Nice. Call of Duty for Luke? Okay. I like that. Battlefront 2 for May. Okay. That's a respectful answer. It's not that bad of an answer. How about I said this last damn, I used that one last stream. How about if you could change one feature on your body, what would you change it to? Even if you want to stay as you are, I don't care. If you're beautiful as you are, if there was one feature that you could alter, what would you alter? What would you change? What would you want to change?
5% body fat.
You want to lose 5% more body fat?
Well, no, I want to be down to 5% body fat.
So you don't want to be, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Pence said. I'll change my BMI to a healthy level. Yeah, that's what he said too. He said the same thing. That's not a bad answer. Does the whole body count? I said one feature. BMI is one feature. That's basically cutting weight. Basically getting cut fully. You want to be taller, so maybe you could put on weight. Okay. I mean,
I had to say my wrist.
You don't want to what?
My wrists.
You want them bigger,
Yeah.
smaller,
Yeah, bigger, because
tiny?
they're too weak. Nah, they're not tiny. They're just weak.
They're like cankles, like ankles,
Yeah.
but for wrists. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand. You'll change your eye color, or you want them to be different looking? Oh, your hairline? Oh shit, Luke. Get rid of the mom belly? Okay. But see, when I say change a feature, that's something that you can't really, like something you can't do. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. You can, all these guys that are saying like change their body, you can change your body naturally. As me, I've had to do it the natural route, and it's been a kick in the ass. I'm just trying not to get stretch marks. You fix your teeth. Okay, that's something. That's like getting braces. That's something that you technically have to alter. I mean, yeah, you can alter your body by not working out and getting like surgery, but that's a feature you already have, with or without eating, depending. My feature that I would like to change would probably be, I'm mixed between two things. I love that I'm 6'4", but I would like to be like either taller, just to be like NBA height. You know what I'm saying? So I would have made it to the league. And then second thing would probably be like maybe like different. My hair, I like my hair texture, but I have my dad's hair and my mom's hair. My mom has curly hair and my dad has straight black hair. So I'm a mixture of that. So like I don't get curls unless like I like put my hair in a braid and then unbraid it or something. You know what I'm saying? So I wish I had like curlier hair, I guess, so I can have like beach head. Luke said he wished he had a bigger slong. Respectfully.
What's that thing people use to make their hair curl?
You would like to get your missing teeth back? I respect that. You still got a head full of hair at 64. Faptism says a longer PP. Okay, let's do another one. Let's see. If you could only wear one name brand of clothing for the rest of your life, what name brand would it be? What name brand would you be rocking and representing every day that's already out? Y'all already know my answer. I'm rocking polo every day. Head to toe. I don't like the shoes as much, but if I had to do with it, I would deal with the shoes. I would wear polo shoes. I've had a pair of polo boots or and shoes before.
One brand. TK, go first.
Yep.
Damn, I'm still thinking about one.
Hold on, I walked away. I didn't hear you guys' answers. Give me a second. Coming back. You can't live without Jordans. You don't really care about the brands. But see, Jordans is not good like wear out wear. Like, you know, like I rock Jordan shoes and shorts heavy as well. Like I wear Concords and retros and shit like that, but I don't like I couldn't be rocking a Jordan polo. You know? A collared Jordan shirt would be ugly.
I'd wear Tommy Hilfiger.
Nike is tough. You would say, what was your two brands, boys?
Mine's Tommy Hilfiger.
Tommy Hilfiger is very good. I rock a lot of Tommy too. What about you, Azteca?
I say Puma.
Puma? Under Armour for
Yep.
baptism? That's head to toe. So that includes shoes too. So you be rocking the Tommy Hilfiger slides and Jesus Shuttleworth shoes.
Yep.
The Sockers for Azteca. The Steph Currys for baptism. The Young Dro for me. Underpants is rocking every NBA player gear and NFL player gear. Anybody else?
NFL player gear, wouldn't that be like Nike?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He said Nike, but he can't live without his Jordans. You know, so like it's like a double. He's answering for the other people too, that everybody else wants to say. Under Armour for you as well, Luke. Wow. Okay, so if there was one soda you had to pick from, what brand or what soda would you pick? You can only pick one soda to mix with any of your drinks or drink for the rest of your life, accompanied with water and all the other stuff. Only one soda. What would that soda be?
I say Doritos.
Doritos, okay. Mountain Dew for Twisted.
A&W cream soda.
Nice. It's a good one. Do the do. 2 for do. Diet Coke, really? You got ads? Wait, you're oh my god, I was about to say. Someone would give Luke a sub. Second and third party gets a hype train going. Hello. Alright, my soda choice would be probably like Sprite. I gotta go Sprite. Or like it's like a three-way tie. See, there's ginger ale, Sprite, or what's that shit called? Fresca. I like Fresca. Is that weird?
Nah.
It's interesting. I haven't had that in a while.
What brand the ginger ale though?
Seagram's
Seagram's. Okay, okay.
over Canadian Dry. Even though that's what I have in the house right now. It was the only thing available at Publix. Let's see.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Azteca, please.
All right. So who's, in your opinion, the best athlete, all-time athlete, no matter what sport it is?
Oh man,
In
here
your
we
opinion.
go. Oh man, nobody else in the chat cares about sports. Um,
Uh,
my favorite player, athlete of all time. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do one and give two, two reasonable other answers that should have been in there. Okay, I gotta go LeBron because he's been to 10 finals, okay, appearances, and he's not stopping anytime soon until his son gets in the league. Okay, he's got 3 or 4 more years in him, and if he wants to, he can pull Tom Brady and do 6 or 8 more. Okay, and there's only very few athletes that can do that. Honorable mention would have to be Tom Brady as well, just for what he accomplished on the field, even though he's not the most athletic. Third honorable mention, as actually like in my eyes, is the most athletic person ever to walk the earth. That I've personally watched. I can't say seen because I've never seen it in person. It would have to go with Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt kept his same weight for 13 years straight, with 2.5 or 3% body fat, breaking records for what, Jamaica, right? I don't know.
yep.
Insane. Fastest man in the world for 15 years. Can't beat that. Floyd Mayweather's also honorable mention too, but LeBron for me.
Gotcha. By you, TK.
I don't have one.
Told you, no one likes sports in here. I have no sports fans. They all left.
Well, it's not that I don't like sport, I just don't watch it.
There's a lot of people that don't even watch the same sports I do. They'll say Wayne Gretzky or the Sabrina Williams and the Michael Phelps of their sports, but
All right, so like you, OPG. I got two. Well, I got three really. So my number one would be Canelo Alvarez, boxer.
Canelo, okay.
Yep. And then I have to put in there Babe Ruth because I mean, he
Yeah, he was cracked. The stats
he was
are insane.
cracked.
Yeah,
You
his
know,
insane.
he was an all natural athlete.
Yeah, stats are correct. Insane.
And I have to go with what's his name? Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm. Dude is insane. I actually watch that shit all the time. I always see Mike Tyson shorts because of Joe Rogan and shit and all these podcasts. And every time I always see a Mike Tyson clip on IG or or YouTube, it's over with. I just go into a rabbit hole. Mike Tyson at 18 wrecking shop. He's a beast, dude.
Yeah.
He's insane.
Yeah, every day before I used to go to the MMA gym, I used to just listen to him speak and stuff.
He's cracked.
Yep.
Messi or Ronaldo? Not gonna lie, doesn't get bigger than them two, and I can't pick a winner. I can easily do that for you. If you do this the side by side, I think Ronaldo has less scores. What is it? No, does Messi have more scores? Who has the most scores? Is it Messi? Messi has the
Messi.
Messi
Yeah,
has the
Messi.
more scores, but Ronaldo has more championships, right? But Messi just won the big one, so Messi's it's over with. Messi's got it.
Yeah. Messi took it with the World Cup.
Yeah, if he didn't have the World Cup, you could still throw that debate out. But right now, that's LeBron versus Jordan. Now it's now officially turned to LeBron versus Jordan bait, and Messi's Jordan. Okay, so I got one for everybody in the chat. So everybody in the chat has to answer this. Who is the most motivational speaker in your life or person you looked up to that isn't a family member or friend? So someone that you maybe like looked up to at could have been high school coach, could have been, just can't be a friend or a relative. Could be someone that become a friend or someone that you don't even know. Someone that you just watch. R. Lee Ermey, never heard of that. So you see, that's why I'm asking this question, because I want to learn about these people. Who is R. Lee Ermey? And tell me the background of him. What about you guys? Everybody can answer at the same time. The Gunny from Full Metal Jacket. Nice. Okay, Full Metal Jacket. Now I remember who you're talking about. Yep. Gunny. Freaking Gunny. Yep. Show me your war face. So for me, my motivational person in the morning, for me, I got 3 mentions. For one, I know in real life. 2, I never met, and then 1, a celebrity. So Steve Harvey in the morning was for me because I used to listen to Steve Harvey in the morning show. You know what I'm saying? So he would. I had a double workout class in high school, and every morning I just listen to Steve Harvey, and he'd be talking that shit every day, all types of stuff, clowning on people, telling them to get better. Everybody always looked up to Steve Harvey. But Steve Harvey would get up and do that morning show on the radio, and then go on to do his show in real life, and then go home and do some other news stuff. I'd be like, damn, bro, like he's the man. He was like Stephen A. Smith before Stephen A. Smith. So I'm like, heck yeah, I rock with him. So that was one for I never met, like celebrity. For a person I never met is like for that influenced me was I guess it qualifies the same as a celebrity as Matt Damon. His roles in Born Supremacy and what's the one with Robin Williams with the math? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Rainmaker. Is it Rainmaker?
I don't know what it is, bro, but it was with Robin Williams and Matt Damon. Like he made me, like he motivated me to want to be an actor or like feel the things that his characters felt.
No, it wasn't Rainmaker. It was
Love that part of the movie.
It had Ben Affleck in it too.
Yeah, it did have Ben Affleck in it. And then like
Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. That's what it was called. Good Will Hunting.
Yep.
Yep.
That was a good movie.
Yep. So Steve Harvey.
That was a great movie.
Yep. Good Will Hunting. It was such a good movie, bro. That was wild. Anybody else? And then the one that I met that I had in real life would have to be like my Castro, Sergeant Robin Williams. He's a white guy. He ended up committing suicide like a couple years after I graduated from my quasi-military class. He would motivate me every day to like tell me get out the program. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna get out the program just fine. Just rock through this program. I end up being an ambassador for the program. So like instead of spending a full 6 months of the program, I finessed my way to spend like 3 weeks out of it because I was so good in there. It was like getting free airtime. But he motivated me to like, hey man, when you get out of here, you're gonna be ready to go to college now. You're gonna have a high school diploma now. You're not gonna be, you're not a kid no more, bro. You're gonna come out. You gotta go to college. You gotta go hoop. You gotta go do things. And he was motivating me, and the whole time he was fighting his own demons, bro. He would tell me every day how he's fighting his own demons, telling me about his kid and what he's going through, and how he's still doing his job, making sure all these kids like go to sleep well. And he's just our Castro, so he watches us sleep at night so we don't fight and stuff. You should know about that, TK. And freaking, yeah, man. He ended up committing suicide like 3-4 years later, which is wild. But he was probably my biggest motivation in person because he was the night Castro, so I couldn't see him all day. I'd have all these crappy days, and I could only spend like 30 minutes with him before I go to sleep because he's just watching us go to sleep. And he would just he would always let me stay up like hour late, like next to his desk. Like I sneak a snack or something. He know I'll be hustling snacks and stuff, like playing cards and stuff. And he's like, "Hey man, that's cool, man. But when you get out of here, let this do something for you, you know." And that man is the reason why I even made it to college. To be real, all my DIs were wannabe gunnies. Iconic. Anybody else had anybody that motivated them? That wasn't family or friend.
For sure, for me.
Robin Williams, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Great guy.
I got 3 people.
Go ahead.
So I got Jocko Willink. He's a Navy SEAL.
Mm-hmm.
I used to always listen to him. His podcast. David Goggins. He's also a Navy SEAL, a retired Navy SEAL.
Okay.
And then my football coach.
Nice.
And the reason my football coach is he will always talk to me about adversity. And well, during high school I was going through difficult times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mom kicked me out the house when I was 13. Then I got in a fight with my stepdad. Part of the reason why I got kicked out. And I was living with a friend of mine and their parents, and you know, I was playing football, going to high school, and I was working like 2 jobs at the same time. I wanted to literally drop out of high school because it was like too much for me. Sometimes I would go like 6 hours, 4 hours to sleep, getting off work and stuff.
And then go to school, high school, which is wild. Because you're really supposed to only be working at 16.
And my coach would always tell me about adversity, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but luckily, I graduated high school. I was about to get a football scholarship, but since I wasn't born here, and until now I'm fixing my green card, I wasn't able to get a scholarship for football because I was talking to a D3 coach about getting scholarship and everything. But when
Your
I
papers
mentioned
weren't
him,
right. Yeah.
yeah, he kind of like, well, I'm got my hands tied now. And then I tried to get into the military, got into the Army. I took the ASVAB, got a 58 on it, and I was pumped about it because I really wanted to go and be a ranger. But then, of course, paper issue came up again, and of course, you know, he told me I can't.
Yeah, ASVAB is impressive, bro. You score a 60, you can go for Coast Guard. I only had I had a 52 when I scored mine.
I had a 95 and I wasn't trying.
Wow. Yeah. No, I didn't know nothing about the cars. That was the only thing I really knew I flunked that bad. I didn't know nothing about. I was like, why are they asking me about cars? Like, what?
Yeah, they asked a whole bunch of stuff on that ASVAB.
I was like, bro.
The highest I scored in was mechanics.
Yeah, and I don't know nothing about that, bro. They talking about, yeah, I like car stuff. I'm like, I'm 16 years old, bro. I don't know how to fix an engine. Bro, like, what the heck? You know, like, yeah, bro. I'm like, I wanted to, but when they're like, yeah, you could take it again, try to go for 60 and go for Coast Guard because I was still in that program. And I'm like, nah, bro, I don't even want to do this. I don't even want to do none of this. I'm just doing this program. I don't want to go Army. I don't want to do none of that shit. But then I ended up taking that government job, which I talked about last podcast, which is dope with Mom. Well, 2 podcasts ago. But yeah, so now that everybody told a little bit about their motivational speakers and the people that they looked up to, let's get another question going. My dad always told me to prove my haters wrong. So that's cheating because I said no friends or family. TK, stay out of my head because Robin Williams was yours. See, no, you can't have the same answer as TK. Scored high enough for the NARC program for the ASVAB and went to Courtsman School though. Okay. I know a lot of people with a lot of good scores that ended up just taking medics, and them boys really wanted to be Navy SEALs out of my program, and they had really high ASVAB scores, like 75, stuff like that. Like that's that high score. 75 is like, whew. I forgot what it was. I think it was like 40 for what? Like 40 for Army. No, 30 30 for
35.
35 for Army, 40 for Navy, 45 for Marines, 60 for Coast Guard, 75 for like the jets. I forgot what it was. But they were telling me, like I seen the scorecard, like when I went there at the time. I just know that 60 at the time was to get the Coast Guard, and I was like, yeah, I want to go for Coast Guard. That was the only thing I would have did. Like, if they would have placed me from that quasi-military school, I would have did Coast Guard.
Yeah.
But it's hard to
get
get
a lot of
Coast Guard.
opportunities after that.
Well, it's hard to get military police and Coast Guard, like, and SEALs. Those are like probably like the three hardest I knew. Like looking like actually being in a quasi-military program, looking for placement.
So it looks like they changed the ASVAB scores for every now.
Probably that was in 2012, so it's 2023.
Yeah.
It's 11 years
Right now
ago.
it's like Army is 31, Navy's 35, Marines is 32.
Wow.
Air Force is 31.
Wow.
Coast Guard is 40.
Coast Guard is 40?
Yeah.
Wow, bro. The ASVAB better be hard as heck now or something, dude. Those are regular scores.
Yeah.
Those are very regular scores, bro. Like, it was hard to get into this stuff before because they only let a certain amount of people get into the Coast Guard and SEALs and stuff a year. MPs got even lower rate than both of those.
Well, now the military's facing a shortage, a recruitment shortage. That may be the reason why they lowered the scores too.
Wow. Yeah, I was in Camp Blandon, Stark. That's why I had what my program was. Only 200 Sarks on duty at any time in Navy. See, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's wild to actually think about.
Yeah.
By the way, testing at high and other mechanical sections mostly mean you have engineering type mind. You can understand how things physically integrate with other things. Yeah, so based on the ASVAB score, they would drop a list of jobs that you would be more susceptible to or most likely to get placed in if you went this route. It was wild. It was like they went really in depth because we're actually on base and actually in programs. Like, we technically didn't have to leave. Like, if we didn't want to go home, we could technically leave that program and go straight to like deployment, like like live. Whoever wanted to be live Army or anybody wanted straight off it. And I was like, I'm not trying to do that. I was home for 3 days. I came, like, after my quasi-military school, I came home for 3 days and they sent me to Minnesota. I was like, bro. I was like, I'm so glad I'm not doing it. I took a government job instead of going Army, Navy, or Marines. And they sent me to go do after action reports for Marines basics training for a month. Best job I ever had, too. But yeah, that's what I ended up taking. And I'm glad I didn't take all the other stuff. Even though there was a lot of benefits, but I wouldn't have known what I got myself into. I would have never seen college ball, stuff like that. So, but last question, since we're at almost a 30-minute mark, I think we started, 30 minutes ago? Yeah. What would be the last question to knock it off? Was I all you ever wanted to see? Who was your favorite actor and why? Or who is your favorite actor and why?
So I'm gonna go first, because he's always been number one in my opinion. Robert De Niro.
Yep, it's a good one. Very good. TK?
Liam Neeson.
Okay. Doc, Luke,
Star Wars.
Twisted? When he got killed by Maul in 2 seconds?
Yeah, that was for that story. But there's other movies he was in too.
Robin Williams? Johnny Depp is mine as well, Twisted. I have a top 3, basically. Yeah, obviously, I know I like Matt Damon. Johnny Depp. Well, I had a top 5. I already said it in one of the podcasts. It's time for Morgan Freeman and Denzel for 5th. Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp first. Fourth would be like Tom Hanks. That's what I said.
So we doing top 5, of course. It'd be De Niro for me. It'd be Sandler, Adam Sandler,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Pesci, um, what's it called Denzel,
Yep.
and what's his name?
You like the gangster guys. Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington, Tom Hanks. Yep, it's all good ones.
Morgan Freeman just has that great voice.
He's the best narrator ever. Best narrator of all time, bro. By far.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jim Carrey.
Yep. Jim Carrey. Yep.
And honorable mention, of course, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah, for sure. Leonardo
Y'all
goes
saw that
slap.
movie, Revenant?
No.
You have not seen The Revenant?
Nope.
Watch it, bro. I don't know. He really like all his other films. I don't know. I feel like this one was his best one. Didn't they give him a Oscar for this one? Let me look it up.